Welcome. Today we have a question from Ricardo. Ricardo said, "Dear Sunny, thank you for your passion in teaching. I would like to make a question regarding the limitation feeling of the body. How to acknowledge to be not limited in this body and by this body. The process of meditation and self-inquiry took me to recognize that I am the aware presence of my experiences. And if I go deeper, I have only found silence. That silence, not opposite to noise, but we can only refer as silence if we would use the word. So which is the process to slowly dissolve the belief I am yet limited in and by this body?" Thanks a lot, a big hug. Much love to you, Ricardo. Thank you for your question. And this is a question that comes up for all of us as we go deeper into self-inquiry. Once you are starting to discover that you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the self-image painted by the mind. Instead, you are the presence which is illuminating this experience. Yet you can't really find that presence as any particular object inside of experience. It simply is here. I simply am. I am not really anything in particular, yet I am. Once you start to have this discovery, you start to feel, okay, I am, and I get how I am not the body, I am not the mind, yet I still feel limited in and by the body and the mind. And this is where I see people make the biggest mistake. They start to discover this, they start to discover I am, and now prematurely they start to, right, the mind just hops on that recognition and starts to say, oh, I get it, I'm present, but why is the body still here? Or is this realization? So you see, it just starts to interpret and judge what you are discovering. The mind has some sort of an idea that self-discovery requires for you to no longer have a body or something like that. Or that you're going to have some sort of crazy outer body experience where you'll see, oh, I am not the body. Actually, Ricardo, you're doing nothing wrong. The process, as you asked, to slowly dissolve the belief that I am limited in and by this body is actually just continuing to mature and ripen in that seeing of what I am. Simply being the presence, simply being the witness, simply being the knower. Again and again, you will notice the mind creates stories about you being this or that. It will create stories about the body being an obstacle and the mind being an obstacle. Acknowledge of even this, you are only a witness. The witness, you, are not offering any commentary or any judgment. You, the witness, you are not really in the body, in the mind. The body and mind are in you. It feels like right now, the witness that I am is like inside of the body or limited by the body. The way to discover what it truly is, the way to discover yourself in even a greater purity is just by continuing to be as you are. So that silence that you're referring to, don't think of it as any empty or dry or boring place. That is the place of your being. Silent being. Why is it silent? Because it is free of concept. There is a total absence of concept. Concept is, I am this, I am that. In silence, there is total absence of concept. There is total absence of I am this, I am that. There's only I am. Not even as a word, simply being. And notice how when you keep, quote unquote, returning to the noticing of your being, to I am, in that, there is no focus on the body. In that, there is no association with the mind. In that, there is no word, there's no language, there's no image, there's no concept of anything. There's no concept of being this or being that. Little by little, your entire conditioning is dying in this silence. So you need nothing fancy. You just need a maturing in this noticing. That's what a lot of us need, actually. we're just too eager to come upon some destination or realization. What we do is we notice something and we discover something through practice, and we just start to judge it, interpret it, project a future about it, create more ideas about it, and thereby we make that into an obstacle. What is required is just let the mind do all of this concerning and projecting. Want nothing to do with it. Don't identify with it. The moment it arises and the moment you find yourself in it, just let it go. And you just keep coming back to the pointer. I cannot stress enough that the main thing you have to do is just keep coming back to the pointer. The main thing that I do, that I really share in these videos and inside of my program, is just getting you to trust the pointer. Getting you to just be consistent with the pointer. Because by practice of the pointer, you start to quote unquote experience absence of concepts. And that is the deepest solution to all of your problems, personal and spiritual, believe it or not. So Ricardo, there's nothing else you have to do. You have to keep seeing that silent being. You have to keep being that silent being that you are already. And in that, the association with the body, the belief in the mind as myself, which is what we call identification, will start to slowly dissolve. This clarity will arise gradually. Allow it to arise in any way that it wishes, not in the way that you want it to arise. Don't chase any experiences. Just keep returning to yourself. Not with the hope of a reward. Just keep returning to yourself. Let the rest happen on its own. I hope this helped you. If you wish to ask me a question, make sure to join our free community where you can post questions, engage with a lovely community. And inside of that group, I also have free courses on self-inquiry, acceptance and emotional mastery, and beginner meditation. I think it will be really helpful to your practice. Lastly, if you are looking to work with me on a more private, personal basis, then learn more about my School of Awakening program. It is a day-by-day structured meditation program that really guides you into these teachings very experientially, step by step. It really bridges the gap between intellectual understanding and experience. So take a look at that if that is interesting to you. Thank you for your question, Ricardo. Thank you for watching this video, everybody. I hope it helped you. I'll see you next time. Bye.